I created a craft extension which I've used 21 times just today. And when you see it, I guarantee you that you're going to be using it multiple times a day, especially if you have ADHD like me. Allow me to explain. For context, number one, I'm a Framer designer. I help my clients build their websites in the Framer platform. Number two, I'm also creating a course to teach Framer. So in this example, let's say I am working for my client in their website, so I'm in the zone, right? I'm in the flow state. I've created this sick animation using code component in a no-code tool. So this is a really good teaching material for my course. So now what I'll have to do is I'll have to capture that idea right now, else I might just forget. So now I'll have to open Craft, turn off the focus mode, and then search for the correct document inside which folder. But in my case, I have it here in the tabs, and then from here I come to unsorted ideas, I press X, and then I type add code components as a course module, and then I go back to working. When I do that, I just got distracted. Whatever flow state I was in, I'll have to come back to it, because going to Craft, searching for the document, opening the correct document, and then putting the idea, and then coming back, there's a lot of steps. I'm no longer in that flow state. And this is where our Craft extension comes into play. Our Craft extension allows us two different shortcuts. The first allows us to save a text from any window without changing or minimizing the current window. And the second shortcut allows us to take a screenshot from any app without having to context switch and change windows or apps. Take a look. What I'll do is I'll just hit the shortcut, Command Shift and D, and then create a code component module in a Framer course. And I'm back to working. And I got the message, note out of mind. I didn't have to break my flow from going to my browser to then opening Craft, coming to the correct document, creating a to-do, and then typing it out, and then going back to the browser. Instead, I just have a shortcut ready to add it to my daily notes like that. That's it. Now, when I have my weekly review and I come back to this note, I might not remember where the inspiration was from. But if we had an image here that could jog our memory, that would be so cool, wouldn't it? We could have taken a screenshot and then dragged it or copy-pasted the screenshot into Craft. But if you have ADHD, the workflow will look something like this. We take a screenshot, and then we go to Craft. We hurriedly go to Craft and paste this before the screenshot goes away. And then we type in create code component module to teach in Framer course. And now before I can even go back to the work I was doing, my mind will see, ooh, I had to see the new DJ camera launch. What happened with that? Well, I need to buy LED lights. So perhaps I should just open Amazon. So then I'll be in Amazon. Or I'll be like, dentist appointment 5. And then I'll start ruminating the fact that I really shouldn't have drank so much Coke. My mom always told me, I hate going to the dentist. And then I am no longer in the zone, no longer in focus with whatever task I was currently doing. So we'll use our second shortcut, that is Command Shift and 2 in my case. So with Command Shift and 2, you can see the crosshair. So just like a macOS shortcut, Command Shift and T, drag, click and drag to take a shortcut, and we'll get the pop-up. It's captured code component for Framer. That's it. Command and Enter to stay locked in, and we'll get the message, screenshot out of mind. And I'm back in flow with my work. And back in Craft, you'll notice that at the top, we have the code comp for Framer tutorial. And if you go inside, we have the screenshot saved. You have to agree, this is simple and intuitive. Let me give you a second personal example. So I'm trying to get back into creating YouTube videos. So I've asked Claude here to give me 10 video ideas. And now as I'm reading through these ideas, they're pretty good. And I'm thinking about it. And I just got reminded that if I'm going to create YouTube videos, I'll have to learn how to communicate better. And then there was this one course which this guy called Vin was selling called the Stage Academy, which teaches you about how to communicate on camera and how to communicate in general. There was a sale going on. What if I miss the sale? What if I'm late and I don't get the discounted price? Oh shit, I need to check for the Stage Academy by Vin. Oh, there it is. If I'm gonna be recording myself, I really need to check what happened regarding the new camera launch. DJI was supposed to launch an Osmo Pocket 4, right? But then if I'm gonna use DJI, why not just use my phone? Compare S23 Ultra with iPhone 17 versus Osmo. Oh, speaking of the iPhone, I haven't charged my AirPods, so let me just charge that real quick. Speaking of charging, okay, my phone only has 50% battery. Oh, I have a new message. Let's see what that is. That is how an ADHD brain works. So coming back to our YouTube video ideas, I just got reminded that there was a stage academy that I wanted to enroll in. So from here, instead of going through all of that train of thought and getting pulled in all directions by my brain, I can simply hit the shortcut, Command-Shift-D, and I can type to it regarding Vin's course. That's it. That note is out of my mind, and now I can go back into reading which ideas are really good. And whenever I have time, I can go to Craft Daily Notes right at the top, Vin's course. Can you see? So this is amazing. So here's a final example, and this is a real workflow. So if I'm in this document, and then I just got reminded, I can create a code component module for teaching framework, but I might have to ask the client for their permission to showcase their website and how I created it. Now I can do Command-Shift-D to type everything, but it's pretty long to type, and by typing I might just lose my train of thought. So what I have is this app called Willow. With the shortcut, I'll press the shortcut to open an app called Willow, which is a voice AI app, and then just speak out whatever I need to be reminded of. Ask the client for permission to showcase their website for the code component tutorial, and then Command Enter, back to work. And then if I check my craft, ask the client for permission to showcase their website for the code component tutorial. Super easy to use and stop getting distracted. Equally easy is to get this working on your machine. I have attached a detailed craft doc, and I want you to follow these instructions patiently, step by step. We'll be using Raycast, Terminal, Node.js with the Mac. Even if you've never used or even heard of these, doesn't matter. I had never used Raycast before making this extension myself. It's just to set it up once and then we forget about it. If you want and you're not following through, I'll make a walkthrough video as well. I hope you use it and be more productive in adulting. Ciao.